So what's up, anime world? You know what it is. It's your boy, Biker Twiz. As you notice, lately I haven't really been putting out any videos and stuff like that. So I haven't really felt comfortable putting out any videos given, the recent events that's going on, because I wanted to address that first. You know what I'm saying? At least to get people to understand why it means so much to me as a black man, and to give you guys an understanding of some of my experiences. So today, I'm just gonna, give you guys 3 experiences that I have personally had with cops and why, there's a difference with us, because we grow up in a sense of you can't necessarily trust cops, and they're not here to help us, for us to necessarily to fear cops, and that stigma is enforced with, at least with my encounter with cops. So here's my stories. One time in high school, it was like my freshman year. It was a group of me and a couple of friends. We went to this skating ring out here in Houston called the Z, and at the skating ring or whatever, a fight broke out. So when fights and stuff break out, I usually, if it ain't got nothing to do with us, I usually try to get me and my group and we get out, because you never know what's going to happen. I don't necessarily trust crowds and stuff like that, what's going to happen when things start to go south. So I was trying to get my people and get out of there. And we were going to meet the ride at another location. We weren't going to even meet our rides there. So anyways, as we're leaving, it's a lot of people, just a lot of commotion or whatever. And these cops, the cop car rolled around and they almost hit me. And I'm with one of my friends. I'm still looking for the other 3. And I tell the guy, I was like, damn, he almost hit me. And one cop rolled down his window and he was like, what did you say? I said, you guys almost hit me as y'all rolled up. So then the cop proceeds to hit me with his door. Given, I didn't do anything. I didn't fight anybody. I'm just trying to leave. So the cop hit me with his door and get out the car, push me up against the back of the police car, and he's pinning my arm behind my back, just like this. And I'm like, look, I ain't doing anything. I'm just trying to get my friends so we get out of here and we can go. And the cop, he's not trying to hear any of that. He's like, no, you over here, you causing a problem. We're gonna take you in. So as he's saying all of this, he's pushing up on my arm. My arms are not as bendable as some other people, So he's pushing up on my arm, and I'm telling him, I'm like, hey, you're hurting my arm, and he doesn't care. He's still pushing up on my arm, even more so. So at this point, what would anybody do? You know what I'm saying? So I start to push down on him, and I guess the officer didn't like that, me pushing down, I'm overpowering him. So he attempts to try to throw me on the ground. I give in, say it's a poor excuse if you want to. Me growing up, we did not necessarily have the money to, just buy clothes and stuff like that all the time. The things we had, I value those things because we had to work a little bit harder to get those things. So as this officer is proceeding to try to throw me onto the ground, when I feel like I didn't even do nothing in the first place. I didn't do anything in the first place. I didn't go to the ground. So now you have 3 other officers come over, and you have 3 officers trying to wrestle me to the ground, which they end up doing. And you have all these officers with their knees in my back and stuff like that, pinning my arms behind me and stuff. And now I'm all dirty, messed up. They take me in, in which, I walked from the officer's car to the precinct barefoot, and I'm in there taking a mugshot. And I'm a freshman in high school. Now, I'm not a small person, but given I didn't do anything at all, there was no reason for me to be there, right? So, given my sister come, she gets me out of jail or whatever, and now we have to go to a court case about this, right? So we go to court, and the attorney that's appointed to us, he tells us before we, make it actually in there, he tells me and my sister, he said, hey, look, you guys might as well plead guilty, because if you try to fight it, the officers, they're gonna know the court date, and they're gonna have time to come up with a story, and you won't know the court date, and it's gonna be their word against you, and then you're just gonna lose, and might as well not even drag it out or anything like that. So as you can see, these court-appointed attorneys and stuff, they don't care about us. They're not going to try to fight for us or anything like that. That's something that I had to explain, as, I joined the military and stuff like that, because of something that I shouldn't have even been involved with in the first place. So that's one. Next story, and I'm still in high school, okay? I didn't have to do many of chores or whatever growing up or whatever, but one of my chores were to take out the trash. That was my responsibility, not even to be, it didn't have to be a question like, hey, Dakota, go take out the trash. If I see the trash full, just go take it out. So, I tell my sister this one, hey, I'm about to go take out the trash in an apartment, and it's cold outside, and it's my senior year. So I put on a hoodie, a black hoodie, and I go take out the trash, and throw it in the trash can. I'm thinking nothing of it, about to go right back inside. I get stopped by an officer who tells me, hey, who are you? I tell him, hey, my name is Jacoby. I'm a high school student. Okay. And I'm just, taking out the trash or whatever. The officer tells me, no, you fit the profile of a suspect. And I was like, well, suspect? Well, I don't know about you or whatever, but look, I'm just here taking out the trash, and I'm just trying to go back inside or whatever. I stay in apartments, right there. You can see my apartment right there. That's where I stay at, And I was like, I'm in the military with I just joined the military, so right after high school, I'm about to be going off into the military anyways. I already signed my contract and all that stuff. He tells me, there's no way you could be in the military. How can you be in the military if you're saying you're still in high school? And I was like, well, I already signed my contract. I was like, well, I'm not leaving, but I still go or whatever. I leave once I'm done with school. Like, oh no, whatever. So he puts me in the back of his car. And he's like, you have ID on you? Now, why would I take me thinking, why would I take my ID with me to take out the trash? So, of course I don't have my ID on me. He's like, well, we're gonna put you back here and we're gonna see what to do with you. What the fuck does that mean to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I only wanna go take out the trash, trying to do what I'm supposed to do. And here, I'm stopped being a suspect, not knowing what the fuck is about to happen to me at this point. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody who's seen the Central Park 5, think about how those boys didn't have their parents there to protect them as the cops were interrogating them and shit. So, not saying that was going through my head at that point, but what was going through my head was, I didn't do shit. Why am I here? And what does he mean? We're gonna see what you about to do. But I'm happy that my sister, came outside to check on me. Now, throughout high school, I had freedom. I could have went to take out the trash and then just go to a friend's house or whatever. But my thing is with my sister is I always told her where I was at. It was never a secret where I was at. Hey, I'm going over here. Hey, I'm going over here. Because I didn't get involved into, the rough shit. So I'm just happy she had an inkling to come outside to check on me. Because when she came out, she was like, hey, why y'all got my brother in the car? She came out there like straight up just, why y'all got my brother in the car? Get him about the car. I was like, well, hold on, man. He might be a suspect. She said, nah, he ain't no suspect of shit. He's a child. He's still in high school. Get him up out y'all car. You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing is, I already told the officer where I stayed. We could have just went up there to my house, to the apartment in the first place and cleared all of that up. But that didn't matter. Only thing that mattered was what he thought. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they can do whatever they want to us and we just gotta sit there and take it. Another instance is when now I'm an adult, okay? And at this point, I'm serving in the National Guard or whatever. Now, we all know in the National Guard, well, everyone in the National Guard knows, being in the National Guard doesn't get you any money. You gotta have you a real job to get you, you gotta have you a job, an everyday job to get you money. So with that being said, me and a friend, we were working, going door to door to AT&T customers to try to get them to get into AT&T Uverse, which was the cable service, right? So we're salesmen or whatever, but we go into these neighborhoods and we sell Uverse or whatever. And we go into this one neighborhood and we park and we walk around and we go to some places, and some places, we get us a couple of customers. Some days we don't get any customers. It is what it is, being a salesman. So we get stopped by these officers, and the guy, he's like, hey, what are you guys doing? He's like, hey, we're AT&T, we're here working for 2020 services or whatever. We're here going to AT&T customers, trying to see if they want to get into the packages to get into AT&T Uverse, and we have a list of here of all our AT&T customers, and showing that we have documentation of these are the houses that we're going to. We're not going to just every house. The officer proceeds to tell us, no, we get a report of 2 suspicious black males walking around the neighborhood. Me, I'm like, 2 suspicious what? And my friend was like, wait, hold on. No, sir, that doesn't even make sense. As we just told you, we're here, we're working, and he was like, no, you guys gotta leave. I was like, okay, cool, we'll leave. It's nothing. We're just tell our supervisor we just have to leave or whatever. And the other officer who was with them was like, well, do you want to give them a ride back to their car? We parked like over like a mile and a half away. The cop in charge was like, no, they can walk back to their car. And I'm like, all right, damn, cool, whatever. We'll walk back to the car. We don't mind walking, shit. We're gonna walk around anyways to continue going to people's houses or whatever. But since we can't do that, we can just walk back to the car. We walk back to our car, the walk of shame. And it ain't the walk of shame in which you had sex with somebody and you just trying to creep out or whatever, nobody see you. Not only did they not give us a ride back to our car, they followed us all the way back to our car with the spotlight on us, broadcasting us to the neighborhood. Look at these two black motherfuckers that we're kicking out for you guys. What type of bullshit is that? If you're not going to give us a ride back or whatever, if you're going to even follow behind us, what's the point of shining the spotlight on us for like a mile and a half until we got back to our car? And thank God in these situations, I ain't come up dead, or whatever. In the last situation, at least I had a military ID to show the officer, But so many times we see black men who are getting murdered by cops, and the cops getting away with it. And it's tiresome, especially once you bring your own kids into the world. And there are some people who say, well, as long as you do what the cop tell you to do, nothing will happen to you. Just do what the cop tell you to do. As long as you wasn't doing anything, nothing will happen to you. I wasn't doing anything. Why do I have to have these encounters? Saying do what they tell you to do, we still see individuals get murdered by cops and nothing happened. I want to come home to my family every day. So as a precaution that I have to take because I'm fearful of my life. It's funny how officers can say they're fearful of their life encountering us, but a lot of times we're on the receiving end of the death. So because I'm afraid of my life, if I encounter cops at night, knowing that I'm a black man with dreadlocks, I turn on every light in the car. I put my hands visibly on the steering wheel. That way when they come, they can see my hands. I make sure they can see everything in the car. And now I make sure my phone is on the dash and recording. That's something that I have to do as a black man to feel at least somewhat safe. And with all of that, they may still end up killing me, getting away with it, and then they'll paint the narrative of, well, he had an interaction with cops in passing high school, so he had to be a bad man. Then they're not gonna bring up the fact that I'm a military vet, I'm a paramedic, I have 2 kids and a wife who I support. But none of that will matter. In a blink of an eye, that can always get taken away from us. That's something we have to deal with. So that's why it was uncomfortable to me to move forward without at least presenting why this kind of messes with me. With seeing this. So all we ask is for you to understand that what we want is, if we're taken out by cops and it's there and you see it, let them get punished. The same way they would punish the next man in the street. Let them go to jail. Let them face life in jail. The same way they would convict the next person for murder. That's all we got.